Okay, so we are going to do like we did before, and it's kind of like letter recognition, and we're going to do letter recognition bingo. So when the music stops, I'm going to call out a letter, and I have the letters that I have here because we have a few more. We have the ones we went through, and then we have the ones some that we haven't, okay? Then I'm going to ask you to tell me what letter it is and what sound it is, and then I might pick on one person and ask them to tell me what as a word that starts with one. And maybe if we can think of one that has it in the middle. Can you think of a word like what has an A in the middle? That would be the start of it, but what would be in the middle? You know? Hank, what do you have?
N is in the middle of my name.
What is there an A in the middle of your name? Yeah, there is. Okay, then after we get done with that, we have another little game that has letters, and I'll tell you how we'll play it in a minute. And so we'll go with this one. Ready? So I'm going to call out a letter after we keep walking around. When the music stops, I'm going to tell you to go to a letter. Okay? Ready? Ooh, I like how you're walking there, Mr. Hank and Caleb. Oh, can everybody find me the letter E? E. Oh, don't run, don't jump. Don't hurt each other. There's one for everybody. Gotta look, gotta look. Did we find an E?
No.
There should be one for everybody. Keep finding. Look, look, look. Maybe you might have to pair up with somebody if we can't find one. But there should be 7 of them, and there's 7 of us. So unless one got turned over backwards, which they could have. Can you pair up with somebody? And then Caleb, tell me what sound does E make?
The sound is E makes.
Uh-huh. Eh. And what's a word that what starts with it?
Elephant.
Okay, can anybody tell me, raise your hand if you can tell me of a word that has an E in the middle or the eh sound. Tyler. Look in your middle of your name.
Tyler.
Tyler has an E in it, doesn't it? Good job. Okay, music gonna start again. You ready? Here we go. Way to go. Nice dancing. Just be careful so we don't run into each other. Well, find the letter B. Find B.
Hey, don't.
Oh, don't let them do it on their own. Don't point it out to them. See if they can find it. There should be another B. Look, look, look. Oh, I see it. It's close to Carson. Oh, you found it. Nice job. Okay. Then I want Carson. What does B sound like? What's the letter B sound like? Buh. Can you think of a word that starts with that sound?
B.
B as in the flying insect bee? What is another word that starts with buh sound?
Bug.
Bug? What is another one? Brody. You guys are getting good at this. I see every time you find out what letter it is. And you're helping each other. No running. Keep going. Guys, don't slip on it because then it'll flip them over to another letter and we might not have enough letters. Uh-oh. A. Find me the A.
A.
A. Find an A. Up. You gotta stand up, Mr. Hank, because otherwise somebody else might not find one. Did you find one?
Hey, Morty.
Do you see one? Stand up, Mr. Caleb. Okay, you have to stay on our feet. There's a few letters that got flipped over, so we might have to share a letter. Did you find one, Tyler? You found one? Okay, what is A sound? What's the sound of A that we've learned? Ah, we've learned the short sound, right? So what's the word that starts with ah?
Apple.
An N. See if you can tiptoe to an N.
I didn't have
Tiptoe
to
to an N. Find it. Slow down, Caleb. Find it. Tiptoe to an N. Tiptoe, tiptoe, tiptoe. Did you find one? N. N. I think I see one. Was over. Did you find one? see one? It's pink. The dot is pink. And it's over. It's real close to you. You gotta turn around.
That's the word about.
Oh, and then there's one that's green that's over by Carson. Did anybody else needs one?
We explained that.
Did you already have one?
Thank you.
There might be some that's missed up, turned over. Okay, so go pair up with somebody. What is the N sound? Mm. No, it's not. Mm. Okay? If we close our nose off, what sound does it make?
No.
We can't really make much sound, can we? Mm.
No. No.
Nose is a word that starts with N. Nest. What's another one?
Net. No.
Neck.
No.
No. Anything else?
I see it.
Nickel. Anything else?
Knuckle.
Knuckle. Well, that actually sounds like N, but it's got a K in. What? What's something that girls wear around their neck? Necklace. And if I'm tired, I might take a nap. Good job. Okay, let's go to the next one. Okay, can you hop on one foot to an M? Hop on one foot to an M. M. Hop on one foot to an M. I see a green one. I see a purple one. Don't fight each other for it, okay? There was a green, there was a purple. Let's see, can it M?
There's one over there.
I only see an N over here. Can you share with somebody? Because I don't know, you guys are moving them all around. Oh. Okay, share with somebody, Miss Morgan. What sound does M make? Mmm. What's the word that starts with the M sound? Mmm.
Map.
Map?
Mom.
Mom. What's some more? We have somebody that has to share a dot with somebody right now. What's her name?
Matt. Morgan.
Morgan. Anything else? Matt?
Matt.
Bunny hop to our next letter of T. Bunny hop on T. There's another one. I see two more. There's a red one right there in front. Bunny hop. Did you find one? T. I see a blue one.
Share with me.
Blue one by A. Everybody found one. Okay, what does T sound? Tyler. What's another word to start with T? Tiger.
Tie.
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 Tie. What about
Tie.
what about something that spins? It's a toy.
Top.
Top. What about Tyler? Train. What's another T word? Huh? Todd. It's a little animal that has a shell on its back. Turtle. Okay. I know. Okay. Toodles. Okay. We're done with this. Okay. I got one more game. You can play. On here, I want you to see the grayish colored ones. And you see the blue colored ones. I want you to pick up a gray one. Oh, you leave Morgan alone. You're on that side. Stay on that side. You're going to pick a gray one. And get in a line over by the chalkboard. Pick a gray card. Go over by the chalkboard. In a line right there. Okay, Andy, show me your letter. What letter is that?
S.
S. What does the S sound?
Snake.
Snake. I want you to crumple that up and throw it in the trash can. Right there. Stop. See if you can throw it. There. Whoa!
One knockout.
It's okay. We'll fix it in a minute. It's okay. Okay, what letter do you? Go to the end of the... Come pick another one. Come pick another gray one, Andy. What do you got?
I got Q.
What does Q sound like?
Queen. This is
It's got queen, but it sounds like... Well, you have to do it, Andy, okay? So what does it sound like?
Quilt.
Quilt. Okay, crumple it up. Toss it in the trash. Okay, what do you got there, Mr. Hank?
U.
U, what's a U sound like?
Yeah.
Or Ya is like for Y. Okay? So what's a U word? Do you know a U word?
Yak.
That'd be yak. What about if something when it's raining?
Umbrella.
Umbrella. Good job. Tyler, what do you got?
S.
You got an S? Let me see.
No, it's C.
C. What's the C sound like? Guys, stay in your line. Scoot back. Stay in your line.
Camera.
Camera. Toss it in the trash.
I got this. What?
What's a word for the M?
Mom.
Mom. Crumple it up, throw it in the trash. Stay back.
P.
Oh, so close. Go get it. Andy, what do you got, Missy?
W.
W. What's a W sound like?
W.
Wha. Wha. What's a word that starts with W? You know what?
Weston W.
Wow, very nice. Weston, you are right. Crumple it up. Scoot back. There you go. Throw it in the trash. Woo, way to go. What do you got? D. What's a D sound like? Duh. What's a word that starts with duh? Dog. Crumple it up. Throw it in the trash. Oh, nice toss. What do you got there?
V.
V. What's a V sound like?
Vulture.
What's it sound like though? It makes your lip tickle, doesn't it? Vulture. Very nice. Toss it in the trash.
Victor. We had a story. I don't know.
Oh, you dunked it. What do you got, Hank? Shh, shh, shh. Listen. You have a what?
G.
G. What's a G sound like?
Gun.
No, what's it sound like?
Good.
Good. Scoot back, Mr. Hank. Shh. Okay. Crumple it up. Throw it in the trash. Be quiet. Crumple it up. See if you can get it. Oh, underhand. Nice job. What do you got there, Mr. Tyler?
In.
In. What's an in sound like? What's a word that's in? Brody. What's a word? What's a word?
Net.
Net. Nice one. We haven't had that one yet. Way to use your brain. Use the gray ones. Just the gray ones for now. Nice job. There's only 3 gray left. Be careful. What do you have there, Brody?
P.
What's a P sound like? Word starts with
P.
what kind of pea? The little pea that you, the green peas?
Pig.
Pig. Good job. Throw it away.
Right here.
That's fine. Throw it in there. That's good. Toss it in. So close. Okay, Miss Morgan. F. What's you got there? What's the sound? What is a word that starts with F?
Foot.
Foot. Way to
Or
go.
fish.
Fish. Crumple it up. Throw it in the trash.
J.
Nice job. J. What's a J sound like? J. What's something that starts with J? Jack. Nice job. No, if you were done, if we don't have any more gray, that's all we have. We'll go sit down. What do you got there, Mr. Caleb?
T.
T. What's a T sound like?
Title.
What?
Title.
What's the sound? What's the sound of T? What's the sound of a T? There you go. Throw it in the trash.
Title in the trash.
Throw in the tiger in the trash. What do you got, Hank?
Y.
Y. What's the Y sound?
Yeah.
Yeah. What's a Y? Something that starts with Y. You know?
Yak.
Yak. There you go. Crumpled up. Throw in the trash. What do you got, Tyler? Do you have one?
R.
R. What's an R sound? What's something that starts with R?
Tyler.
That's in the end. What's the word that starts with an R? You got what color shorts?
Red.
Red. Good job.
X.
X. What's X sound like? You know what X?
X-ray.
X-ray. Good job. You guys were so good. You learned your letters by having fun and by movement. Nice job. Thanks for going with me and doing this. Good job.
On my second lesson video, this is the one about differentiating the lesson plan. Overall, I think it went really well. The difference in this one also was that it was in a small group setting. It was not made for the whole class, and that made a difference overall on how the kids approached it and how well they received the lesson. On making this a lesson just for certain kids, there's a little bit difference in making the differentiating of the lesson itself. Most of these kids are on the same level or a higher end of the students, and so with this, how I help them out is if they just, there was some physical activities that they had to do, and if some didn't feel comfortable or could not have completed it, I allowed them to step forward and throw the trash or their letter into the trash can up close instead of as suggested that they step back to distance to the chalkboard. They were told good job and still allowed given praise for it. The other thing was the some letters were harder for other kids to find on the letter dots. And so with this, I'd help them with prompting, with giving them colors that they could look at and try to find a letter, help with recognition by looking for colors and isolating the color instead of just looking at all the letters, dots that were on the floor itself. Those were some ways that were differentiated. Also, there was some people that had a little trouble with trying to find words that started with the letters. And so I would help them out. I would suggest like names. Who is somebody in the class that we would know of a name if I called on that student who would have a little bit more difficulty. I tried to also, when we first started out with the middle sound, that was pretty difficult for most of them. So overall, I just abandoned that as it seemed like they could do it. If I repeated a word, they could tell me if the sound was in the middle, but to come up with them one on their own, they could not. So I just went ahead and got rid of that part because that was too difficult for this age group at this time. The other thing that I thought went really well, the kids behaved really well. There was a few times that they sat down and different things like that, and I had to keep reminding them that we need to stand up and keep moving. But the biggest thing on differentiating these lessons was overall with the ones that had a little bit of, like I said, difficulty recognizing the letter itself. It wasn't that they did not know it. It was just they were a little hesitant to commit to one. And so by telling them the color dot or that it is close to one of the students by saying the name, or that it was on a rug that had water on it, those promptings helped those students that were a little lower or not as sure of themselves to commit to a letter dot. The other thing, we had some physical movement in the musical letters, and this was observed, and they did really well, but not everyone could keep their balance when hopping on one foot for more than 3 or 4 steps. And that was okay. That was acceptable to me, just as long as they tried and kept going. Most of these, like I said, these students are the higher students, and they listened really well, and they performed the lesson really well. I really like this kind of movement and activity with these students because they find it enjoyable. They don't even think they're learning. And that is what's great about this stuff. They just kept saying, oh, this is so easy. But then in the same point, if I would have told them just to sit down at a desk and tell them what does the letter A sound like, what does the letter D sound like, or find me this, or tell me a word, they would have been bored. But this was fun, and it was exciting, and it was new, and as soon as they walked in and seen what we were doing, they're like, oh my gosh, I love this. And so it was that kind of attitude that I wanted to give to them and to have them foster a love of learning and not even realize that they are learning. So that is how I differentiated the lesson, and that is why I chose the lesson that I did.